When we talk about dua, so many people misunderstand it. They think dua is simply a wish, a fleeting hope we whisper in moments of desperation and then wait idly for something to change. But that is not the reality. Dua is a profound source of strength. It is a divine connection that fuels our spirit, awakens our resilience, and gives meaning to the effort we put into our lives. It is not magic in the sense that you close your eyes and suddenly everything appears. It is power that works in tandem with action, with discipline, and with clarity of intention. When you truly understand the depth of dua, it becomes impossible to see life as exhausting or hopeless, because dua reorients the soul. It tells us that we are not alone, that our struggles are not in vain, and that there is a source of strength far greater than ourselves available to anyone willing to turn to it. Many people complain that they feel drained, tired, or overwhelmed, and they wonder why their lives seem stuck despite doing everything. The answer often lies not in their circumstances, but in how they are engaging with their own inner power. Dua is like a battery for the soul. It recharges us, it refreshes our purpose, and it reminds us of what truly matters. But here's the catch. If we approach dua passively, without discipline or intention, we deprive ourselves of its real benefit. It is not a substitute for action. It is not meant to replace hard work or commitment. Rather, it amplifies the energy we already possess, guiding it, sustaining it, and making it more focused. Think about it this way. When you wake up in the morning and your body feels tired, your mind foggy, your energy low, what do? You drink coffee, take a shower, maybe eat something, and suddenly you feel a spark. Dua works in a similar, yet far more powerful way. It awakens the heart, clears the mental clutter, and infuses a sense of purpose that no external stimulant can provide. It reminds us that even in moments when the world feels heavy, there is a divine rhythm, a higher order, and a source of strength we can tap into. But again, this only works if our approach is sincere and disciplined. You cannot expect the power of dua to manifest if your life is scattered, chaotic, and undisciplined. Dua also has a profound psychological effect. When you make it a habit to turn to it regularly, it trains your mind to focus, to prioritize, and to align your daily actions with your deepest intentions. It transforms hopelessness into hope, frustration into patience, and weakness into perseverance. That is why it is so much more than a wish. It is a deliberate act of empowerment. When a person prays with sincerity, with conviction, and then follows it with disciplined action, something remarkable happens. Doors begin to open, opportunities align, and challenges that once seemed insurmountable become stepping stones. So the key is this. Treat your dua as your strongest tool, but never forget that tools are only effective in the hands of someone willing to use them. Energy, effort, focus, and discipline, these are the companions of true dua. It is not enough to simply recite words. You must live by them, let them guide your actions, and let them shape your character. That is how the power of dua becomes undeniable in your life, how it transforms fatigue into energy, and how it changes the narrative from "I am tired" to "I am equipped, I am capable, and I am moving forward." Dua is not a wish, it is strength, it is power. It is life when paired with discipline and purpose. If you want, I can *** also expand key point 2 in the same natural flow ***, keeping it motivational and aligned with the overall speech. Do you want me to do that next? Here's a natural flowing expansion of *** key point 2 ** into a 600-word segment in the style of a live motivational speech by Dr. Yasir Qadhi. So often we tell ourselves that we are tired, that life has drained us, that we simply cannot go any further. And when we say this, we usually imagine that the reason is external, that circumstances are against us, that responsibilities are too heavy, that the world is just too much. But the truth is far more revealing and far more empowering. You are not tired, you are undisciplined. The fatigue you feel is not the result of some unchangeable external force. It is the natural consequence of habits, choices, and routines that do not serve your goals. Think about it. When we are disciplined, when our days are structured, when our actions are intentional, we accomplish more, we feel more energized, and we feel alive, not drained. Discipline is the engine that turns effort into results, and it is the antidote to the endless, hollow exhaustion we often mistake for real fatigue. Every day, countless people waste energy on things that don't matter, scrolling endlessly on their phones, delaying what needs to be done, chasing distractions that give temporary comfort but no real progress. By the end of the day, they are tired. Yet if you look closely, that tiredness is not because of work or responsibility. It's because of chaos, indecision, and lack of control. Our bodies are capable of incredible stamina, our minds capable of focus and brilliance, but when we fail to organize ourselves, when we allow undisciplined habits to dominate, we deplete ourselves in ways that no external circumstance could. Tiredness is not proof that you are weak. It is proof that you have allowed undisciplined patterns to run your life. Consider the simplest routines: waking up late, procrastinating tasks, not planning your day, neglecting exercise or nutrition. Each of these may seem small on its own, but they accumulate, silently sapping energy and willpower. By contrast, disciplined routines conserve energy, direct it, and amplify it. A person who rises early, prays, plans their day, and takes control of their schedule does not feel tired in the same way. They feel purposeful, alert, and ready to face challenges because their actions are aligned with their intentions. The same hours in a day that drain an undisciplined person invigorate someone who has cultivated discipline. Fatigue is not an unavoidable force. It is a reflection of where your energy has gone. And if you are undisciplined, that energy is scattered, wasted, and misdirected. The challenge is that our culture glorifies busyness and suffering. People wear exhaustion like a badge of honor, thinking it proves their dedication, when in reality, it often proves the opposite. Discipline, not chaos, is the true marker of strength. Discipline does not just create success, it creates clarity. It transforms overwhelm into focus, anxiety into action, and exhaustion into productivity. And when you couple this discipline with the power of dua, your energy is not only restored, it is magnified. You begin to see that tiredness is not the enemy. It is a signal, a reminder to take responsibility, to regain control, and to align your life with purpose. When you accept that you are not tired, that you are undisciplined, something shifts in your mindset. You stop blaming the world and start taking ownership. You stop making excuses and start making plans. You stop drifting and start moving with intention. And once that happens, you realize that what you thought was fatigue was never about your strength. It was about your focus, your habits, and your willingness to take responsibility for your life. You are not tired, you are undisciplined. If you want, I can *** expand key point 3 next ***, keeping it seamlessly connected with the flow of the speech and maintaining that motivational, empowering tone. Here's a natural, flowing expansion of ** key point 3 * into a 600-word segment in the style of a live motivational speech by Dr. Yasir Qadhi. When we talk about the power of dua, it is crucial to understand that it does not act in isolation. Dua is incredibly powerful, but its effect multiplies when it is paired with consistent, disciplined action. Many people make the mistake of thinking that praying alone is enough, that if they ask long and hard enough, the world will change around them. But the truth is, the most profound power of dua is realized when it becomes the companion to focused effort. When we align our prayers with our daily actions, we are no longer relying on chance. We are harnessing divine guidance to direct our energy where it will have the greatest impact. Consistency in action is what separates those who remain stagnant from those who achieve greatness. It is not about doing one big thing and expecting life to transform overnight. It is about doing the small things every day, deliberately, intentionally, and persistently. When you pray, ask, and seek help, but then return to your habits of procrastination or chaos, your potential is wasted. But when your dua inspires disciplined effort, when it guides you to get up on time, to study, to work, to practice, to take control of your schedule, you begin to see results that are undeniable. This is the secret that most people overlook. Dua is the spark and action is the fuel. Without fuel, the spark is just a brief flash. With fuel, it ignites a flame that can illuminate your life and those around you. Think about it. No great achievement in history was accomplished by hope alone. Every person who reached extraordinary heights combined vision with action, and in the life of a believer, dua is the vision. It reminds you of the purpose, the higher calling, and the support that is always available to you. But then you must walk the path. Each step you take, each disciplined choice you make magnifies the power of your prayers. Consistency is what turns intentions into results. It is what turns potential into reality. Without it, even the most heartfelt dua can remain a beautiful yet unrealized wish. This is why discipline matters so much. When you build habits, when you stick to routines, when you commit to showing up every single day, you are honoring the power of your dua. You are saying, I believe in this prayer so much that I will work in alignment with it. And that is when life begins to respond. Doors that seemed closed start to open, opportunities appear at just the right time, and challenges that once seemed insurmountable become manageable because your energy is focused and your mind is clear. It is no longer a question of luck or coincidence. It is the natural outcome of faith combined with persistent, structured effort. We must also remember that consistency in action builds confidence. When you see that your daily efforts, however small, accumulate into progress, you begin to trust yourself. You begin to trust that your prayers are not in vain. This trust fuels further action. It creates a cycle where faith inspires discipline, and discipline reinforces faith. And this cycle is unstoppable. It transforms ordinary days into extraordinary achievements. It transforms feelings of fatigue into a sense of empowerment. It transforms excuses into results, so never underestimate the combination of dua and disciplined effort. When you pray, pray with sincerity. When you act, act with focus. When you persist, persist with faith. That is how the power of dua becomes undeniable, not as a vague hope, but as a tangible force shaping your life every day. Dua, when paired with consistency, is unstoppable, keeping it seamlessly connected with the flow and ending with a strong, memorable closing line for the speech. Here's a natural flowing expansion of ***, key point 4 *** into a 600-word segment in the style of a live motivational speech by Dr. Yasir Qadhi. So often we look at our lives and feel trapped by circumstances. We see challenges, obstacles, fatigue, and setbacks, and we think, this is not fair. I am just unlucky. I am tired, and there is nothing I can do about it. But that way of thinking is the enemy of growth, the enemy of productivity, and the enemy of true fulfillment. The reality is that tiredness is rarely about your physical capacity. It is about your mindset, your habits, and your willingness to take responsibility. The moment you stop blaming the world and start accepting responsibility for your choices, something incredible begins to happen. You begin to understand that your energy, your focus, and your results are in your control more than you ever realized. Taking responsibility means refusing to let excuses dominate your life. It means recognizing that when you feel drained, it is often not because life is too heavy. It is because you have allowed undisciplined patterns to take hold. Every missed plan, every procrastinated task, every unstructured day is not just a moment lost. It is energy wasted, and that energy is what you mistake for exhaustion. Once you internalize that truth, a shift occurs. You stop seeing tiredness as an inevitability and start seeing it as a signpost. A signpost pointing to areas where discipline, structure, and conscious effort are needed. This mindset shift is powerful because it changes your entire relationship with life. Instead of waiting for motivation to appear, you create it. Instead of waiting for the perfect circumstances, you make the circumstances perfect through deliberate effort. Instead of telling yourself, I cannot, you begin to ask, how can I? And the answer almost always lies in discipline and purposeful action, amplified by the power of dua. When you stop hiding behind excuses and take ownership of your time, your focus, and your energy, you realize that the world is not against you. In fact, it is waiting to respond to your effort. Your consistency and your faith, responsibility also brings clarity. When you accept that your results depend on your choices, you begin to see the patterns in your life that were holding you back. You see the wasted hours, the scattered energy, the habits that drain you without contributing to your growth. And with that awareness comes power, the power to change, the power to redirect, and the power to reclaim your life. The feeling of being tired fades when you realize that energy is not lost, it is mismanaged. Discipline, structure, and consistent action allow that energy to be harnessed, focused, and multiplied, giving you momentum that feels unstoppable. The beauty of this approach is that it does not just produce external results, it transforms the internal landscape of your mind and heart. You become someone who no longer fears challenges because you know you are equipped to meet them. You become someone who no longer complains about being tired because you understand that you have control over how your energy is spent. You become someone who no longer waits for life to hand you opportunities because you are creating them through intentional effort guided by faith. This is how mindset and responsibility intersect with the power of dua to create a life that is not only productive but deeply meaningful. So, remember, when you feel exhausted, when you feel like life is too heavy, pause and reflect. Are you truly tired, or are you allowing undisciplined patterns to steal your energy? The answer is always within your control, always within your reach. Accept responsibility, embrace discipline, align your actions with your intentions, and let the power of dua guide your every step. You are never powerless when you take ownership of your life. If you want, I can now *** combine all 4 expanded key points into a complete, seamless speech *** that flows naturally from start to finish with a strong motivational arc and ending. This will give you the full speech ready for delivery. Do you want me to do that?